Indeed, Newcastle United 0, Manchester City 4. I think we all knew what was going to happen today, didn't we?
Yes, we did, absolutely. When City scored in 5 minutes, then we thought, here we go. City's going to dominate throughout the game and just play like they always do, City being City, like we did in the last game. But to be fair, first half, we did all right. I would say we showed more commitment. We showed that we can pass the ball, we can create with. But Joe Lennon has been brilliant in the middle of midfield. He showed that he was winning the battle as hard as he can. But at the end of the day, Man City will just show how reason why they're league champions last season. It just shows you how City are too good. And I think the first half of it, the penalty claim where Ezon challenged on Ryan Fraser, that was definitely 100% a penalty off the ball, no question about it. I don't know how the VAR was just not looked at it, because it was off the ball, and it's just shocking, absolutely shocking about it. And then second half, I would say Man City just dominated from start to finish. The third goal was a bit of a debate if he was offside or not, but at the end of the day, VAR being VAR, said it was a goal. So that's how it ends. And then Sterling, I would say, scored the fourth goal, made it so easy. And then when Sterling scored the fourth, fans just walked away. Every single fan nearly walked away. But to give you credit on that, some of the fans have sticked around and chanted Eddie Howe's back right army. That just shows you how Newcastle United are so passionate and so how stick behind the lines no matter what the result of the game. We just showed how we support and get it through it.
Absolutely. I think January can't come quick enough now. This new defence needs completely changed. And since you heard that back four lineup, you knew what was going to happen.
Yes, when I saw with Jacob Murphy, Matt Ritchie, I thought two left and right, I thought this is going to be Man City's walk in the park, and it just shows you how defensive we really were. And yes, we lost Mankior, and yes, we had one or two players who have injuries. I know Sherry was injured. And I think the sign January transfer, I would say at least 4 players, 2 defenders. We need most because we need backup, because at the end of the day, defence is not good. Jamal Lewis wasn't at his best tonight, not at his best at all. I think there's going to be questions about him, if he's really the leader and also the defender that he once was.
He's not a leader, Lascelles, that is the thing. The only player again really stood out was Joe Linton once again. Joe Willock, he looks awful at the moment.
It's like the same old history repeats itself, like Kennedy. When Kenny had a great loan spell, and then when he signed permanently for 4 years, he just went downhill from there. And I think it's the same following Joe Willock. I think Joe Willock is just making too many mistakes. He slipped the ball a few times. I think he needs to get his head together, because honestly, if he doesn't get his head together for the last most of the season, I think there's going to be questions about him. If he's really going to be, is he the player that he once was, or is he just can't be at his best?
I know Peter said about Willock. Did he do it to try and play for a contract at Arsenal?
I think he did. There was a debate. There was rumours saying that he was playing for a contract. If he was on loan and he showed his playing performance, then yes, I think Arsenal would have offered him a contract, or he would have signed in the dotted line. But he must have had a second thought saying, I really love Newcastle. I thought, give it a go and see how it goes. But so far, he's just making too many mistakes, slipping it too much. He hasn't scored a goal now since last season. So I hope he does bounce back. I still believe he's a good player, but there's going to come a time we are going to be questioning if he's really committed to Newcastle, or is he just here just to try to get a chance.
Yeah, well, Man United after Boxing Day, it's another hard game. But again, I don't think Man United have been fantastic. Do you think something out of that game?
Well, I hate to say it, but I think we're not going to get something, because where Man U have been performing since they had that interim manager took over. He has got a good string of results of late.
Well, they've just been 1-0 wins, but yeah.
Yeah, they have had strings of wins, so I think we might have something. It just depends if Manchester United turn up on the day that they once were, or they just, because I know they have a few players who have COVID at the moment, but you never know. When it comes to the day of the game against Manchester United, we sometimes win, we sometimes lose, or we draw. But you never know. I would say there's a 50-50 chance we might get it, but we don't know. We'll just see what happens.
Well, brilliant. Thank you.
I'll look next.
Do you have to go now, Dean? Oh. Can anyone just be camera quickly while I interview Lawrence?
Cheers, Adam.
Oh. Lawrence, Newcastle United 0, Manchester City 4. I think we knew what was going to happen the day, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, you're more worried when they put 7 past leads, and then even more so when I see us starting up defence. I mean, it does show we need some defenders in the transfer market. Centre backs, we know about that. Full backs, because we've had Jamal Lewis injured. Paul David's far too injury prone. Kraft, I think we know about him.
Exactly.
I mean, it wasn't helped by Mankiel being ill. But I mean, I will question Eddie Howe a bit on Kieran Clark coming back in the side.
Exactly, because you've got Fabian Schär on the bench, haven't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not really his fault. Fernandes, Mankiel aren't fit enough, but you know, surely you can look into the under-23s and get on better than Kieran Clark.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. I mean, we had some chances in the first half. Joe Linton was unlucky. Do you think we should have had a penalty as well?
Probably looking at it, but yeah, I've seen videos on like social media. It's probably a penalty, but I will have a look at it on the highlights before I do my review of the match.
Yeah, I mean, in second half, Man City just did what they did and ran riot past us and got the 2 goals, and that was game over after that.
Yeah, good finish from Mahrez. It's more frustrating when VAR gives it, but that's what VAR's there for. It was the right decision. 4th goal, Murphy just gets done, and then no one's Martin Sterling. It's just too easy, but Man City were fantastic, and they'll probably go win the league now.
Probably. I mean, January come quick enough. We need these new defenders in now massively. I think Eddie Howe's got to look that as the main priority to get that position sorted out.
Absolutely, because you know what, we've got some good attacking players, but it's the defence. We probably could do with a midfielder as well, because Joe Willock's just
he's been awful again.
Well, yeah, exactly. Shelby stepped up. I mean, we missed him today, so hopefully he'll be back for the next game.
Yeah, I mean, Man United just after Boxing Day. Can we get something out of that? I don't think Man United are still that good. I mean, it's only been 1-0 wins under this new manager. They've been hit by COVID outbreaks in their side. Can we get something against them?
We can, potentially, at St James's Park. We have done a couple of times. 1-0 win to Rafa, 1-0 win when Matty Longstaff scored. It's not impossible, really. I mean, you look at what Watford did to them in November.
It's absolutely well. Thank you. Adam, Newcastle United 0, Manchester City 4. I think we knew what was going to happen today, didn't we?
Yeah, I didn't have any expectations for this game. I don't think anyone did, but still that was really bad, especially defensively. I thought going forward the first half looked quite good. We should have had a blatant penalty. That was a pen every day of the week. There's no excuses though. We didn't play well in the game, and Man City ripped us a new one.
Certainly did. As soon as our backline got announced, we feared the worst. Unfortunately, I mean, Joe Willock, it was shocking again from him the day. Does he look interested at all?
Oh, don't you get me started with it. I went down to Liverpool on Thursday, and Joe Willock, the first thing he does after the game, he just walks down the tunnel, doesn't even applaud the fans. It stinks, his whole mentality, I hate him. But in terms of that back four, quickly, Peter, yes, I understand why he played that back four. He just want to get the best players out. We know we're going to lose the game, but that is the worst back four I've ever seen from Newcastle, I'll be honest. In my lifetime, that is the worst back four. Murphy, Ritchie, Lascelles, Clark, 4 idiots at the back. I don't know what's going on for the first goal. I think it was Clark. He just ducks for the header and the back guy doesn't know what to do. That was the first one.
That was down my end as well.
Second one, someone slipped over. Willock's not tracking back, and then Cancel's just hit one for about 25 yards. I mean, the defence just didn't try all game long. It was just the same old rubbish, and I'm sad to say it, because I see a guy like Joe Linton who give 100% all match long, worked his arse off week in, week out, and it's the same defenders every single time. I let him down. I'm sick of seeing it.
Exactly. It just shows January come quick enough. Eddie Howe's got to make the defence his first priority to get new players in, because we can't persist with this same defence for the rest of the season.
100%. Well, 19th in the table, conceded the second most amount of goals in the league. That's only stats needed. No, you don't even need to watch out defence in order to play bad. We've kept 1 clean sheet. that's it. I mean, what can I say? Piss poor again. Terrible. It's terrible, Peter. I've had enough of this defence. Lascelles is not a captain. What is he captain of? He doesn't motivate the players. He doesn't encourage the players. He kept Mahrez on side for the third goal. The full back line's 5 yards in front of him. And Lascelles is the odd one out, keeping him on side. Oh, for God's sake. I mean, he's not a captain. He's not a leader. And the rest of his defenders are all clueless as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Man U, after Boxing Day, do you think we could get something out of it? I don't think Man United are brilliant, I must say, but again, it's another hard game.
I think they'll be a bit dodgy in that game because that's our first game back after COVID. Could have been out about 3 weeks due to COVID, so that's the only real positive, really. Will Ronaldo have a bad game against Lascelles and Clark? You wouldn't think so. Yeah, again, it's just hoping. We got to hope your team plays bad. That's the sort of position we're in now. It's not a we play well, it's that your team plays bad. It's like Newcastle's only real chance. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'll be optimistic going into the game. Hopefully the players, have a time off for Christmas time to come back and be a bit more ready, because that was shocking today. The fans walked out in the team today. Don't blame that towards code. It was a terrible performance and the team never really tried, did they?
Silly didn't. There they go.